Hey, it's the Empire. Don't forget to hit the like button, the subscribe button, and the bell icon for more videos. We taking over. Let's go, champ. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button right now. Let's go.
Hey, it's the Empire, Boxing Empire, back for some more boxing. Now, man, commentator of various sports, man, superstar sports analyst, gets paid hundreds of millions of dollars a year, man. My boy, Stephen A. Smith, or he gets paid somewhere around there, but he gets paid a lot of money. He basically wants Tyson Fury to fight Deontay Wilder. Now, it's wild, man. Deontay Wilder has came out and said he believes Tyson Fury has cheated and that, you know, the gloves were suspect. That he doesn't believe the padding was in the gloves. And, you know, Deontay Wilder exposes everything that everyone said he was going to do, and he finally did it. Now, in the light of that, Stephen A. Smith said that, you know what, Deontay Wilder gave Tyson Fury a chance to fight him when Tyson Fury was down and out, and we all know the story behind Tyson Fury and him beating Vladimir Klitschko and having Nevada come after him for the wild boar, and there's an investigation pending on him, and the guy was out of the ring for 2 years, got all his titles stripped, and was on cocaine. Everyone knows the story. They even promoted it as him having mental health issues. With all that being said, man, Deontay Wilder still gave Tyson Fury a chance, not once, but twice. So that being said, man, Stephen A. Smith says, yeah, man, you know, Deontay Wilder gave you a chance when you're down and out. Now that you beat him one time by a knockout, you need to give this kid a chance. Now, I'm going to get some exact quotes for you guys, and this is what Stephen A. Smith said on Twitter. He says, hey, obviously, I think that Deontay Wilder is trying to go into the ring with Tyson Fury as his next opponent isn't wise. But he does have a point. He did give Fury a shot when Fury was having problems. He did take less for the rematch. So if there was a rematch clause, then Tyson Fury should honor that. Nobody would ever accuse Deontay Wilder of running from anything or anyone, and that he's given numerous guys shots, including Fury. If Wilder wants the trilogy, he's entitled. It's the right thing to do. And he tags Tyson Fury. Now, man, this is wild stuff, man. It's shocking to see the network ESPN turning on Tyson Fury because they promote him and they paid Tyson Fury big bucks to fight a Deontay Wilder. That being said, man, you know, these networks, man, they really don't care about the fighter, man. They really trying to make a bag. They're trying to make money off the guy. If the ESPN is gonna pay you money as a fighter, they're gonna put you in the best competition. Their whole goal is to make profits off advertising, right? So Tyson Fury is gonna have to fight the biggest name, and the biggest name out there, if Deontay Wilder has this trilogy contract, is Deontay Wilder. You know, the Tyson Fury Anthony Joshua fight, while that's a big fight, that fight will happen in the future. That fight's not going anywhere. So win, lose, or draw, Tyson Fury is most likely going to be fighting Anthony Joshua anyway. So that being said, man, ESPN is going to want their money. They're going to want Tyson Fury to fight whoever they tell him to fight. And Tyson Fury and his team really don't have much they can do about it because their network's turning against them. You know, usually you don't see, this is the equivalent of having Al Heyman criticize Deontay Wilder. You know, that's what ESPN is doing. ESPN is paying Tyson Fury to fight on their platform, you know, and they're basically saying, you gotta fight this guy because we paid you X amount of money. You know what I mean? You gotta, they say it in an indirect way by saying, if you got this trilogy, fight him. But that's really what it is. You know, we want to know for sure that going into the Tyson Fury Anthony Joshua fight, that Tyson Fury is who they say he is, and this is a real unification fight. We all seen how competitive the first fight was, and to go from there to, you know, a lopsided victory the second fight. But, you know, this is the heavyweight division. What happened to the third fight? You know, when you talk about the all-time greats, and you always see them fight more than once, you know, especially the heavyweight division. You know, Ali and Jeff Frazier fought many times. You know what I mean? I can go down a list talking about all the top fighters who fought more than once, and they were classic fights. So we want to see this rematch with Bronze Bomber and Tyson Fury, man. Stephen A. Smith has went off the grid, and he criticized Tyson Fury and said, man, you got to take this fight, man. You got to take this fight. We want to see it. He gave you a chance when you're all cracked out. You was having mental health problems. You're all telling everyone how you're gonna fight. Your first fight was going to the people with mental health problems. That's what Tyson Fury was saying. He was so adamant about him having a mental breakdown that he was gonna give all of his purse to a mental health, organization or many organizations, which I really doubt that happened. He probably gave a percentage, but his whole purse, I extremely doubt it. I extremely doubt it. So we're gonna see how this whole thing plays out, man, with Stephen A. Smith calling him out. This is an extremely big deal. This is about as big as it gets. I mean, the only thing that can really up this is if Max Kellerman comes out and says something as well. But you know how it goes with these talk shows. You have two hosts. One goes for one side and another goes for the other. So this is about as in your face as you can get from ESPN. Max Kellerman and Stephen A. Smith are most likely not going to come out against Tyson Fury just because you're going to have it balanced. One's going to pick one side and one's going to pick the other. So we're going to see how this whole thing plays out, man. Stephen A. Smith is definitely a big deal, whether you like him or not, whether you think he's talking about, whether you think he knows he's talking about or not. What happens is when you cover such a vast sport of not just boxing, football, and whatever else sports he covers, it's immense. So to be a hardcore fan and know every single fact everywhere for Stephen A. Smith, it's just impractical. It's impractical. I think he does know a little bit about boxing, and he's been palling around with all-time greats like Floyd Money Mayweather. And that being said, man, we're going to see how this whole thing plays out, man. But ESPN is definitely putting pressure on Tyson Fury and his team and Bob Arum. This fight will most likely be happening again with Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury. Anyway, man, let me know how you guys feel about though. Stephen A. Smith, man, goes in on Tyson Fury. Like, comment, subscribe. This is the Empire. Geobox Empire. Peace.